Um, Josh says 4K achieved. Congratulations, yippee! Thank you so much. I don't see it on mine yet. It hasn't updated, but hopefully that's if that's true, then thank you so much, yippee! If we hit 4K. Aaron says, Trucker John, you are at 4K. Thank you so much, guys. Yippee! Did we do it? Did we do it? My thing still says $39.99 or whatever, but I'm gonna take you guys' word for it. We're at 4K. Tim Farrell's here. Hey, Tim Farrell, good to see you. I don't know. I was gonna do a little dance or something. The 4K dance or something. I gotta. I don't have my dandelion with me, or I don't. I mean, not that I have one. I don't have a dandelion. Like I said, we'll do a special. Either I'll do a special show later, or we'll wait till Monday for the dandelion. Okay, here's YouTube Studio. I'm now in YouTube Studio. I want to see if it's officially at 4,004. Woo-hoo-hoo! We're at 4,004 subscribers officially on my YouTube Studio. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Yippee. Yippee going out to you. You guys were right. You guys were right. Yep. 4,004 now. It just hasn't updated on the channel on the live stream. It hasn't updated. I do see people. I may have skipped a bunch of super chats. Thank you guys so much. Let's see. I saw. I think I'll get to it. You guys, thank you so much. 4,000 subscribers. Woo-hoo-hoo! All right, I don't have a dandelion. I wish I had one with me. I would just do it right now. I'm looking around like there's a dandelion in the house. Thank you all for being a part of this 4,000. Thank you for being a part of this momentous day where we hit 4,000 subscribers. We've been trying and trying. I've been trying to get here. It seems like forever. It seems like it's been months and months and months and months. I've been trying to get to 4,000. Today's the day. Mark it down on your calendar. September 6th. September 6th, 2025. 4,000. I don't know why I picked up this remote. It has nothing to do with it. But thanks, you guys. And I see you guys' names, and I just know how important all of you guys are. Like Kim Chi's been here from the beginning, and then we got new people like Karen Ames. It looks like just came in today. So we've got the newest from the oldest, or from the ones that have been around the longest. I appreciate all of you so much to get us to 4,000. It's amazing. Just to think, when I first started doing this just a few years ago, literally had like 5 people. Had 5 people that would come in here, and sub. And that goes back even to West Webb, one of the first originals. Of course, Jolie, who's not here today, but she's busy doing stuff. I know Aaron's been here a long time. Nick Rich, has been here for a long, long time. Michael McAndrews, Damon Dog, One Vision's been in here. I mean, all you guys, man. I couldn't have done it without you. I could not have gotten to 4,000 without you guys. Obviously, because I can't subscribe 4,000. I can't even subscribe to myself. But thank you guys for being here and for making it possible. I'll go find me a dandelion, and then we'll do that. Sandy Foltz here with all the hearts. Thank you, Sandy. Nick Rich says Trucker John said he would do a special live stream when he reached 4,000 and eat a dandelion. I can't recall who suggested it. Roxanne says that I'm the one who suggests. Roxanne 79, and that I guess I did. I think we were talking about what to do something special when I get to 4,000, and I probably blurted it out. And then all you guys held me to it. So, but like I said, maybe tomorrow we'll do a special little dandelion eating show. Maybe we'll do it after Boston Brian tomorrow. That way, maybe after Brian, you guys can jump over to my channel and watch me eat a dandelion. All right. I'm here. I'm live. You guys didn't think I was just going to not be here, right? All right. Testing, testing. Yep, there it is. It's working. Good afternoon, everyone. It's 12:28 in the afternoon here in beautiful Las Vegas. That's the Pacific time zone. We're sitting at a temperature of 97, supposed to hit 101. Thanks, everyone, for being here on this special edition of the Trucker John live stream. Thank you all for being here. Now, earlier, just a little while ago, I was out. There's a park right behind the apartment complex here, and I was walking through the park trying to find some dandelions, and there were some there, and I found a few. Here's the bag. I put it in this baggie so you guys could see them. See there? Um, I just wanted you to see them. See that they've gone to seed this time of year. They don't have the little flowers, so it's gone to seed. So I thought what I would do is I would go over to the sink and rinse them out. And then I was reading about like to make sure that they're safe to eat, and everything I've read so far says that it's safe to eat. And then some, but then there were suggestions like you should maybe fry them or saute them in vegetable oil or olive oil or something. I don't have any olive oil right now. I do have some vegetable oil. So then I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to saute it in some oil. And then I thought, well, if I'm doing that, maybe I'll just make an omelet. A dandelion omelet. I don't know. Maybe I won't do that. Maybe I'll wash them off. Maybe I'll just sort of fry them in the oil for a few minutes, and then I'll eat them. Huh? Well, Freeman says they don't look good. This is what they are. This is all that's out there. I mean, whoever thought a dandelion was going to look good in the first place? Anyhow, thanks for being here. I see Jolie was here. I don't know if I'm able to scroll to the top to the very beginning, but I do see Jolie and then Roxanne. Carrie C is here. Golf Marine's here. Hey, Golf Marine, good to see you. Sandy Foltz. Hello, Sandy. Thanks for being here. Paul Burrows says, I like mine with blue cheese dressing. AF says, oh my God, the day has come. And then, see, we got Wes Webb says, better not just be a tiny little leaf. Hey, look, I grabbed these three, and then I got out of the park. The park is being overrun by homeless people, which is fine. I didn't have any problem. You know, I was walking around the homeless people looking for dandelions. But then there was this one homeless dude. He was either off his meds or on his meds or something. I don't know. And he was going through the park like just yelling and screaming at the top of his lungs and saying shit like he was going to kill people or kill me or kill somebody. I don't know. So I was like, well, I guess I should leave now. So I kind of, I got my three dandelions, and I got out of there. Belfast Bob's here says, hey, TJ and Loungers and mods. I do have the pan on right now on really low heat. Yeah, Doug says he completed the show. Yeah, I was watching it. Belfast says, come on, I've got a hot date. Karen Ames is here. Hey, Karen, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Josh is here. I did set the time, later, but then then we started. Susie Jones is here. Cool, I made it. And Mr. Spock is here. Aaron West is here. Hey, Aaron, we're at full mod capacity. We got Aaron and Jolie here. All right, so what do you guys think? Should I? Well, I'm for sure going to wash them off. Maybe I'll just put them in the pan for a little bit. I don't know. Chris Duck says, but TJ, I've eaten a pound of fudge already. Well, that's on you. Stephen Sayers, I'll drink a bottle of dandelion wine in your honor. Yeah, I did have the other options. If I didn't find these, I guess I could have walked maybe to Albertsons, and I think they sell dandelion tea. But actually, I was getting so hot just from going to the park, which is literally right behind where I live. I was getting so hot and sweaty. I was like, I don't feel like walking to Albertsons. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, so I said that I was going to do this, so I guess I'm going to do it. Um, I guess I got to get this over with. No Money G, John, and 4K. Congrats. Yeah, we hit 4,000 yesterday. We're now, according to my YouTube studio, at um, like 4,011. West Web, no, 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 you don't eat the flowers. Yeah, I'm just gonna eat the stems because the seeds are all they I mean they all came off anyhow. Michael Andrews, $10 super chat. Yippee, Michael! Thank you so much. Says chocolate dandelion. Yeah, yeah. I do. Oh, you know what? Shoot, I had a Hershey's bar and I ate it the other day. That would have been good. I could have melted some chocolate maybe and dipped them in that. Deb is here. Deb, or that's not fancy, is it? Because I'm used to seeing the pink ribbons with fancy. But here, Deb's here. Hey, Deb, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Wes, you eat the green part? Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Wes Webb, you should have asked the people where the best dandelion. You talking about the homeless people? Oh, like I'm supposed to say houseless. The houseless people? I don't know what's wrong with saying homeless, but whatever. Deb, is this live or rerun? This is live. This is live. That's why I do the thing with the clock. When I came in, I said it was 12:30 Pacific time. That way, you know that it's well. Hopefully, you know. I'm just really skipping down here a little bit. You guys are all very nice coming in. Thanks for being here. There's the Michael Andrews super chat. Thank you so much. Again, I'll give you a thumbs up and a heart. I was walking my doggy. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go and to the sink over there, and I'm gonna I'll turn the camera around. Let's see. You get the darn ring light those in the way, huh? Might have to. Let's see if I wonder if I could push this through. Um, do you guys mind if I make an omelet? Is that okay? Or should I just eat them and get it over with? Should I just cook them? Or I mean, wash them? I'll just wash them. Maybe put them in the oil for a little bit. That's cheating, says Mr. Spock. I think I might just eat them, and then I'll just make an omelet later. Just fry them up and eat them. Yeah, okay. Alrighty. I'm taking the mic with me. Hopefully everything is working. I can't see the screen now, so I don't. I can't see. I can't get your feedback. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I wonder if I can put my microphone right there. Look at there. It kind of came out kind of handy. All right, so I'm just going to. I got this pan. Um, I had it on a pretty low heat, so I didn't burn the pan up while I was talking. Let's see. I'm going to put these in this bowl, and I'm going to put some water. I guess some soapy water, and then I'll rinse them off real good. Oof. This little seeds get everywhere. Alrighty. I'm just sort of mixing it around in this bowl. I got this little soapy thing here. I'm gonna wash these really good. Make sure there's no, not only like urine, animal or human, or fecal matter, but you don't want any like pesticides or anything like that. I'm going to give this a really good washing here. Going to rinse them all out really good. All right. Now, according to what I've read, everything is edible. Okay, so I rinsed it off. I washed them. I rinsed them. Like even I think they call this the crown or something. They say everything is edible. So, how far behind am I? Oh, you know what? Oh, I've got the wrong thing on the TV. I put the. I thought I had the show on the TV, the live stream, so that I could kind of see what I was doing, like if I'm stepped away here. Let me just. There it is. Okay. There it is. Okay. Just so I can see a little bit better, like what you guys can see. So there it is. Right there, they are. All right. So I'm going to put these in the pan now. Let's see what happens. Ooh, hear that sizzle? Ooh. I didn't know that oil was that hot. I thought I had it really low. Well, it's going to be. Woo! Did you hear that? Woo wee! Watch out for that grease. That oil. I had it on pretty low heat, but it was on, since before I started the live stream. So it's been, I guess it got pretty warm. Alrighty. Let me set that there for a second. Let me get a little plate. I guess you guys can still hear me, hopefully. It's probably making really bad noises. Sorry about that. I just wanted to grab a paper towel and I think these are probably good enough. Who knew? Such preparation here for dandelions. All right, there's that. I'm gonna put salt and pepper on it. How's that? How do you like them beans? All right. All right, I'm gonna turn the camera back around here. They're on the plate. You can see it. You guys see them? Let's see here. They're on the plate. There they are. Don't those look yummy? Don't those look delicious? Now, I got to admit, I've never eaten dandelions before. Alrighty. Okay. So, here we go. Down the old hatch. I'm just gonna eat the whole thing. Wow, crunchy. They're not bad. Maybe because they were fried in oil and doused in salt and pepper. Okay, here we go. I'm eating the dandelion, as I said I would. Here's the last little stem left here. Now, I don't know if I'm going to kill over. I don't know if I'm going to have diarrhea or projectile vomiting. I don't know what's going to happen. But it actually didn't taste all that bad. Like I said, I think cooking it in oil and then pouring salt and pepper over it. Yeah, get a beer to wash it down. I do have my coffee. I do have beer in the fridge. Maybe I'll just stick with coffee for now. I don't know. All right. DVD, you got here late. It said, I hope you cleaned it. Yeah, I just did. I had the camera pointed over there at the kitchen. I was washing it and everything. Deb says, now when you get to 5,000, you have to eat the giant pizza. Is that fancy? Is that anyhow? Michael McAndrews, yippee! A $10 super chat. He did it. Hope he doesn't throw up. Me too. I don't think I will. I mean, I don't know. It tasted fine. It actually tasted kind of good. The stems tasted pretty good. The flower part was kind of not so great. But, all right. Golf Marine says, make it a habit and thank me later. Josh DBD, he washed them and fried them. T. Freeman says, I made a batch of sweet and spice pickled beets earlier. David Dog, I'm standing in the coffee line watching the magic moment. Well, we did it. So, yeah, thank you guys so much. I got this big blank spot here. I feel like I should, put this back there or something. But anyhow, so, I mean, now that we're on, should we end the show or should we stay on for a little longer? I mean, now I did the thing. I ate the dandelions, and in celebration of the 4,000 subscribers. Now, what do we got to do to get the 5,000? Not what am I going to do when we get the 5,000? That's a different question. But what are we going to do to get the 5,000 subscribers? Jolie says, I thought we were starting 4:15 my time. I started early because Brian finished up. So did you miss it, Jolie? Did you miss me? Did you miss the eating of the dandelion? I already ate it. I already did it. I probably should have had a drum roll or something I don't know. to do it. David, true to your word. Karen Ames says, Susie Jones, I haven't heard Awesome Sauce since my girls. Westwood, my mom and dad and older sister love beets. Never my favorite. I don't really like beets all that much either. Golf Marine, I didn't see one dandelion green consumed. I never said. I said I would eat a dandelion. I didn't specify dandelion green or anything like that. I said I would eat a dandelion, and I actually ate 3 of them that were freshly plucked from the park right behind me. Okay. Marshall says, "Yeah, Trucker John got to see you eat the weed. Now I'm going to be AFK, but listening." I don't even know what AFK means. I don't know what it means. Wes Webb says, "Who says that we want you to get more subscribers?" Why wouldn't you want me to, Wes? Do you want me to be unsuccessful? To be a successful content creator, provider, the more subscribers you have, the more successful you are. Don't you know that? Belfast Bob, weeds are very underrated. Gofferine, that was a flower and a stem. TJ did not understand the assignment. No, I don't think you understood the assignment, Gofferine, because I'm the one who made the challenge. You didn't make the challenge. I made the challenge. I said that I would eat a dandelion when I got to 4,000 subscribers. That was a dandelion. I even Googled it and everything, and it looked identical to what I had. So Deb says, "Yeah, forget the pizza." Um, oh yeah, so we were talking about a big giant pizza because I remember you were saying something about a big pizza. I don't know. I know we talked about magic mushrooms. I know that was kimchi was a big that was her big deal, and I was saying I would do that. But you know what? I don't think I'm going to do it. I don't think I'm going to do magic mushrooms for a couple of reasons. At least not live, because I'm not sure if that would violate community guidelines or Google or YouTube rules. I think it's different. Like I have smoked weed on, and I do see a lot of people that smoke weed on their live streams. I think it's a little bit different because I think weed is legal in so many places. I don't think magic mushrooms are really legal anywhere. I don't know. Maybe in Amsterdam, but so I don't know if I would get in trouble with YouTube if I did shrooms, live on a live stream. Karen Name says, Jigger John, always, you always need to grow more family. Oh yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Yeah, absolutely. But so I don't know if I'll do the shroom thing, just because I don't know if I want to get in trouble, if that'd be trouble. But anyway, we're a long way away from 5,000. We still got to get 1,000 more subscribers, and so we've got time to think about. Maybe maybe we'll just have a toast. I'll just have we can all meet and have a frosty cold beverage of our choice, whether it's alcoholic or non-alcoholic, or for all you weed smokers, you could light up a bong or a pipe or a blunt, a pre-roll. I don't know, or and we could just have a toast, maybe. Josh, I thought 5K was getting stoned. 5K was doing magic mushrooms, but like I just said, I don't think I'm going to do that because I'm not sure if it's legal. Marshall says, "Wait from keyboard trucker John got to eat, but not dandelions." Oh, AFK, away from keyboard. Thank you. Yeah, I don't. Some of the whatchamacallits, I'm not familiar with. Susie Joe says the YouTube may not like that promotion. Pick something else. Yeah. So we'll figure it out. We've got time. Hopefully, but it would be nice if it didn't take a year or two. It'd be nice if it was boom, boom, boom. Michael McAndrews to next time, then 4, then 8, then 16, then 32. It's exponential. DPD 5844 says, I have a suggestion. How chitterlings? I have a suggestion. How chitterlings with coleslaw and jalapeno cornbread on a. I don't. What the hell are chitterlings? Oh, chitterlings are pig intestines, and they are delicious with apple cider. You know what? I'm not making this into a fear factor. Okay, maybe just a nice toast. Now, I would like to save the champagne for 100K. When we get to 100K, which we will someday, I might be 99 years old by the time we do it, but I will get to 100,000, and we'll pop open a bottle of champagne for that one. But for 5,000, you know, I don't know. Maybe a bottle of Modelo. Chris Duck, eat a burrito. Jonathan Earl says, fuck yeah, now you're talking, John. I'm fond of the big bong. A baby fond? Like, not fond like a cute little deer, a baby deer. Or, no, fond of the big bongs. I think that's what you mean. I know these typographical things happen. They happen. Belfast Bob, watching someone space on mushrooms be weird. Pick something else. I think it might be interesting as hell. I mean, I'm not really averse to doing it, other than I just don't know if I would get kicked off of YouTube for doing it. You know what I mean? Deb says, nice toast is very boring. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, we'll kick it around. We got some little bit of time. It'd be nice if we got another 1,000 like in a week. John says, God damn it, John. Chitlins, not chitterlings. Oh, chitlins. I've heard of chitlins. I don't think I even knew what they were. So those are pig intestines or whatever. It sounds disgusting, but it's probably good. I'm sure that we eat disgusting things all the time that taste good, and we don't even know. Like when we're eating a nice, tasty hot dog. Anuses and lips or whatever. What do they say? What about that? West Webb, my grandma again. Such things just smell funky when they are fried. They're spoiled. Michael McAndrews. Oh man, it is kind of going fast today. Michael McAndrews. Sorry, mushroom lovers, but I feel there is better, and I think mushrooms are poison. Well, I think you can get some bad ones, but so you got to be careful. Susie Jones says, "I will toast when Dinky Two Dolls McAnkle's Taco Tits is gone." We will do a toast for that too. Yes, absolutely. We probably should. The day that what McAnkle Tits kills over, we should probably all go ahead and just buy a bottle of champagne right now. And for the non-alcoholic drinkers, they have you can get the fake stuff, the non-alcoholic stuff. But we should probably have a bottle handy, because I think it could happen at any time now. I mean, the guy could kill over at any time. So next time you're shopping, even if it's at the supermarket, they've got some champagne, buy a bottle. We should all have a bottle on hand. And the day he croaks, we can all meet right here, the Trucker John channel, Trucker John live stream, and we can all pop a bottle of champagne and say, "Yippee! The wicked fucking witch is dead. Long live Dorothy," or whatever we would say. So do that. Let's do that. Let's all have. I think there should be a run on champagne right now. And if you don't have a bottle of champagne, then just pop open whatever cooking oil, or I don't give a fuck. Whatever. We will definitely be celebrating that day. And I don't say that lightly, because I don't really celebrate people dying, even if they're bad people. I usually don't. It just kind of seems like bad karma or something, you know. But I think I and karma are willing to make an exception for this one case, because I think even karma knows what a fucking total shitbag Donald Trump is, and I think karma will cut us all some slack if we celebrate McTrump Cakel Dick or whatever, whatever we're calling his death. Um, Trumpy survived STDs, yeah, and I'm sure that whole thing where that was a quote from something like that was kind of a phrase I remember going around. Donald Trump didn't even make that up. Like when he said, um, what did he say? Like, um, AIDS was his Vietnam or something like that. Don't even think that was an original thing. I think I've heard that. I heard other people saying shit like that. Or maybe it was he got that from somewhere. He couldn't even make that up on his own. Jonathan Earl says, or double cheeseburgers from McDonald's, meat from 1,000 different cows and one patty, disgusting and yet delicious. You know what? It's funny you say delicious, because a lot of people just hate McDonald's and they just shit talk McDonald's. And I'll agree, McDonald's isn't certainly not healthy, and it's certainly not the best. But you know what? I find what I find about McDonald's is that if you don't go there, let's say like a year or 6 months or 9 months or a year or something, and then you go and you have a quarter pounder with cheese or something, it's actually pretty good. You're like, this is pretty good. But if you get into a habit where like you eat there every week, or I think some people eat there every day, like probably Trump does, then it's like, this place is gross, is disgusting, you know. But if you just eat there like once or twice a year, um, it's not that bad. I mean, for fast food, this isn't Gordon Ramsay, okay? I mean, this is we're talking for fast food, and it is a little delicious. So I recommend, if you want to go to McDonald's and get a burger, just don't go there more than once or twice a year, and it'll be good. But if you go frequently, then it really gets to be just kind of gross. It's weird. It's weird. Maybe that's just me and my weird psychology. I know today's Sunday. Chris Doug, we got the score Jets 32, Steelers 31, 2 minutes ago, I guess. And I know usually I'm sitting here watching football, but today I'm really not even in a football mood. I know my Rams are playing Texas, and probably starting about really quick here. In a few minutes, they'll be starting. Rams Texans. So hopefully, I was gonna see if I could get the game or not. Anyhow, I'll do that later. Lucky Minute says I have champagne for that day already. Yeah, keep that handy. Keep your champagne handy, and maybe we can get together and do a toast here on the old Trucker John live stream. Unless you can't wait, you got to do it like right the moment you hear it about it or something. Karen Name says I will toast with a bottle of Aquavit. What is Aquavit? Hey, One Vision's here. Hey, good to see you. Thanks, One Vision. Thanks for coming in. One Vision says, Rapid Roy, that stock car boy, he's too much to believe. He's always got an extra pack of cigarettes rolled up on his t-shirt sleeve. I guess that's a song. Jonathan Earl says, West Webb, what are you talking about, John? I'm going to need to save up my money so I can go dance on his grave. Maybe we can have a toast while I'm doing a jig on his burial site. There'll probably be a long line of people, waiting to get in there to do that. Deborah Murphy, I have a couple of small bottles. There you go. Josh says, how about 10K TJ has to get a pet? Now, that's not fair because um, doing that causes a financial burden. uh, Almost all these apartments, then if I have a pet, I have to put down a $300 deposit, and I think plus I think they charge extra every month. And if I lie about it, then I could get evicted or something probably. So don't tell me to lie about it. So yeah, the whole pet thing, yeah, that's kind of not. I don't know if that's fair. If that's fair or not. Since I live in an apartment, if I had my own house, I owned my own house, then yeah, I could have pets. But I don't know. Who knows? I did see when I was walking through the apartment complex, someone had a kitty, and the kitty was laying up on the windowsill, and then I just thought it'd be cool to have a kitty, but like I said, they charge a lot of extra. Deb says I can get him 1,000, but it has to be really worth all that work. Well, what's it worth to you? Maybe we can work something out. Belfast Bob says, "Yep, TJ done it when Thatcher died." Oh, really? Wow. I've never. I don't think I've ever toasted or really celebrated anyone's death. Chris, like not getting VD at Studio 54. Yeah, that was his whole thing about. That was his Vietnam, and like I said, I think I heard that from something else. So I don't even think he made that up. Like, you know what I mean? He's not smart enough to even make that up. West says you can't dance on all that many graves nowadays. It is frowned upon. Most of them are buried deep, but their stones are raised. Um, Deb says pissing on them seems to be the new activity of graveyard choice. Pissing on his grave, yeah, that's an old saying. Also, Jonathan Earl says when I quit fast food, the weight straight melted off. People thought I was sick. My old boss didn't even recognize me when we saw each other at the store. It's a little weird. Yeah, that fast food is so packed with fat and sugar and just high fatty stuff. Yeah. Wes Webb says, laughing out loud, I met John Stamos at Studio 54. He slammed down a nearly empty drink on my table. I was tempted to drink the rest. Wes Webb, you were hanging out in Studio 54? Wow. Did you run into the Donald? Karen Ames says it's a Danish liquor. It's made from potatoes. And now I don't even remember what. Uh, I know you said something about a drink, and I don't even remember what the name of it was now. Karen Ames says it has to be kept in the freezer so it goes down smooth. Chris Doug says the Steelers got a field goal. Deb says you can get a goldfish. Yeah, I suppose I could. I don't really want one though. DPD Gordon Ramsay isn't all that we ate at his fish and chip shop in London, and it was extremely disappointing. Um, hmm. Josh, I've heard of death parties. Well, I think when Trump kicks the bucket, we should have a huge death party, even if it's just virtual through the live stream. Belfast Bob says you'll not get McDonald's here today. Far right protesting the delivery drivers because they're brown, saying they're undercover migrants. For fuck's sake, checking their cars for mot insurance, even their bikes. Belfast Bob disgusted. Yeah, got the far right wing nut jobs all over the world, huh? Jonathan Earl says, you know, a lot of people don't know this, but I came up with the word groceries. That's right. People were never using it before I said it. That's hilarious, Jonathan. Jonathan. Yeah, this thing called groceries. I don't know if you've heard of it. Yeah, you go in. It's a place. You go in it, and they got all this food. Who knew? Deb says, let's see. I'd like first one of those Irish dances, then perhaps a song of two, then maybe a hat dance, and finish up with Travolta style Saturday Night Fever dance. That would inspire me to get you to 1,000. Well, you want me to do that? You want me to do that dance? Is that what you're saying? You want me to do it like the Irish? What do they call it? That you know, river dance, and then a song or two, then maybe a hat dance, and then the sort of Travolta will be like something something like that. I don't know. Man, I went outside, got all sweaty just from walking into the park over there. Uh, Wes Webb says Molly Ringwald played Lisa. It was supposed to be Brooke Shields, Hal Holbrook, and Polly Bergen were in the cast. Oh, did I? I must have skipped something. Uh, Anyhow, oh, it was a show. Something in the audience. Okay, whatever. Alrighty then. Yeah, but like all the dances done in tight pants and pointy shoes. Jeez, you're very specific about your demands. West Web 7, 2021. 3054 was converted back into a theater. Oh, okay. All right. So West Webb, I guess Molly Ringwald played the female lead, and it wasn't Brooke Shields or something. I don't know. He's not happy to this day. He's not happy about it. Still not happy. Chris Doug says Jets lost. Giants about to lose. Great start for my teams. Yeah. Well, the good news is there's still the whole season to go. Bad news is there's still a whole season to go for you. Uh, I don't really see either of those teams really winning too many games this year, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Jen at the base, of course, the dandelion eating. Sorry about that, Jen. I when I set the time, I I did it incorrectly. I was thinking that Boston Brian was going to be over at 1 o'clock my time, but he's actually over he was actually around noon. It was around 12:15 or so by 12:20 by the time he was done. And then I thought instead of waiting, I didn't want to wait another hour or almost an hour, so I went ahead and just started. So that was my bad, Jen. Sorry about that. But and then I was trying to change the time, like on the little countdown thing, and the only way I could have done that is I would have had to just completely like erase this one, or like cancel this one and do a whole new one. And then there was already a bunch of people waiting in the chat room, so I didn't want to just kill it and do a different one. Might not have made any difference anyhow because you already thought it was going to start. So yeah, I apologize, but I messed up because I meant to do it because I knew that Brian usually goes about 2 hours. Sometimes, kind of like what Hal does when he goes over. So I figured that. So I meant to start it at 15 past the hour, and I knew that he usually goes 2 hours, so I knew it was 12:15, but for some reason I put 1:15. I don't know. I screwed up. I screwed up. So I already did do. I already ate the dandelion, but you can watch. You can back it up and watch it if you want. You can rewind. Be kind and rewind. Belfast Bob says MOT is a vehicle test certificate here that your car, etc., is roadworthy. Oh, okay. It's kind of like here we have to get like inspections. You have to pass an inspection and vehicle inspection. I don't know what they call it though. If they have a name for it. Jim Bay says, Trucker John, congratulations, TJ. Dandelions here and now on the fungi paved road to 5K. We were talking about that, and I've sort of nixed the whole idea of the magic shrooms. I've kind of nixed it. What glasses do I have on? I guess I have my readers. Deb says Neon Deb is my blue sky and YouTube now. Oh, okay. The only way we can kind of know who you are is by the pink ribbons. No Money G. MAGA are obsessed with men's doms. Deborah Murphy says congratulations on 4,000. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you so much. And like I said, couldn't have done it without each and every one of you that are here today. Because then we'd only be at like 39.70 or something. But yeah, it takes a village. Jonathan Earl says met a ton of famous people at Hollywood Farmers Market, but didn't give a shit about any of them except for Tim Curry. Oh my God, one of the finest days of my life. I used to go to farmers market, but not all the time. But like if I was down there, I've been down there just like a few times, and I never saw anybody famous. But I guess if you live there and you go there all the time, your odds of are increased. I mean, I probably only have been there literally a half a dozen times in my whole lifetime, and it's probably been 30 years since I was there. But I remember it was a cool place, had a lot of good food choices and things of this nature. Deb says, I am now Neon Deb. It's attached to my new projects coming soon. Jen in the base says, boo. I'm not sure what you're booing. It could be a number of things. It could be any number of things that Jen is booing about. Roxanne, did I miss the dandelion? Yeah, Roxanne, sorry. I apologize. I put the wrong time to start this at, and then I started early from what I said I was going to start it. Yeah, we already did the thing. I fried it up in a pan, and it was actually pretty tasty. But I think when you fry something up in oil, and then you put a bunch of salt and pepper on it, it's going to probably not taste too bad. Genevieve says, Trucker John, double boo. Roxanne says, I thought it was at 4:15. I know, I know. I did go into Brian's chat though, and I thought I saw you in there, and I did. I think I said I was going live next, but I know there's a million people in his chat, and it probably didn't see it. Uh, Deb says those darn bows give me away every time. Yeah, Michael Begandra, go slow, take your time, hurry up, and don't be late. Chris Doug says Tampa Bay just missed a field goal. The ball hit the post and went wide. They are winning anyway. Um, Roxanne 79, 3638 is where he's eating dandelion. Yeah. Sorry, Jen and Roxanne. Sorry about that. Roxanne, cooking them? I thought you were going to eat it raw. Um, I was. I guess I did say that, didn't I? I guess I did say that. But hey, I was gonna make an omelet, and then Erin talked me out of that. She's just like, just cook it in the oil and eat them. And I was like, okay. Um, I also have walked back or gone back on the idea of eating magic mushrooms at 5,000 subscribers. I've reneged on that deal also. Michael McAndrews, a $10 super, another one. Yippee, Michael! Thank you so much. Michael McAndrews says John will just have to eat another one. Hey, it took me a long time just to get the ones I got. They're not that hard. They're not that easy to find. At least not here. Last night, I did walk over to Albertsons and I walked. There's like a shopping center. It's about a 13-minute walk from here. And between here and there, uh, anything that you think looks like grass, it's fake grass. They have fake grass, and then they do have some plants and some trees and stuff. And I was looking to see if maybe a dandelion popped up around any of the trees or the shrubbery, or maybe through one of the seam, like a seam or something in the grass, the fake grass. Nothing. I mean, there were some weeds. They're like some weird weeds. I wasn't going to eat, even though I guess some people would say a dandelion is a weed. But there was these other, the regular, more weedy type stuff. But no dandelions. And then today I was like, well, I know there's a park over here. I've never been to this park, but there's a park right behind where I live. So I thought, okay, I'll check that out. And even then, I was walking in the park, and there was hardly any dandelions at all. And then I went ahead and plucked three of them, and none of them were flowering. This is, we're almost in the fall now, so the West Webb was like, that's not a flower. They're all gone to seed. They're all now. So they have the puffy thing that people blow on. But yeah, I think I may have got the last three in the whole park. Um, I'm sure there were some more, but anyhow, I considered it. I did it. It's done, and We're done with it. I'm done with it. I'm done with the dandelion eating. It looks like three stems. Well, uh, that's what they look like. I don't know if you know what do you not know what a dandelion looks like. That's what they look like. And when you put them in the plastic bag, all the little seed things are pretty much going to fall off. And if I hadn't put it in a plastic bag, they would have fallen off anyhow because it was kind of windy out and it was blowing them off the stem anyhow. So it was going to look like a stem no matter what. Roxanne says TJ's cute little kitchen and free couch, a fried up dandelion with salt and pepper. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I got my free couch. The kitchen is kind of cute, but it's way too small. I mean, even for me, like as far as cabinet space, um, it's like it's a good thing I'm just one person. I don't know how. I mean, it is a studio, so it's really only supposed to be for one or maybe a couple. But there's like that cabinet space is very limited. You know. Josh says, yeah, he ran a dandelion surplus. Speaking of that, we do have 39 watching and 45 thumbs up. So thank you guys. We are acting like good Democrats and operating at a surplus of thumbs ups. So I do appreciate you. Roxanne, crunchy. Yeah, they were kind of crunchy because I fried them in that oil and it made them crunchy. And actually, it was kind of tasty. Robert Carr, I've won 21-21. Hey, Robert Carr, thanks for being here. What did you win? Are you playing blackjack or are those something else? Robert Carr AstroTurf. Well, it's I don't know. I don't think they call it AstroTurf anymore. Oh man, this darn thing. Huh. This is the second time now this handle on this chair where the bolt has worked its way loose and it came off again. And I know I really tightened the hell out of it last time. So that's weird. Jolie says, "Don't worry, chat. I have a plan to be announced later. A plan for what? I mean, a plan about what? A plan about how to get 5,000 subscribers? Guys, really, I want what Texas Paul gets. I want 200,000. I want what Briar Tyler Cohen gets, or like 3 million. I want it all, baby. I want it all. I want all the subscriptions in the world. Roxanne says, I'm bummed I missed chat while it was happening. Didn't he say he was supposed to do it live at 4:15? He just said, what happened? Why earlier? I left the party early to watch. Dang it, but I see it. Sorry, Roxanne. I'm sorry. I did go into Ross and Brian's, I think, and I said I was going to start as soon as Brian was done. Susie Jones says Dinky got excessively booed at the U.S. Open, telling by U.S. Tennis Association asked they edit any broadcast. What the actual fuck? Oh yeah, because Dinky gets his feelings hurt. One Light Star 01 says you could draw a picture of a dandelion. Yeah, but I already ate it. West Webb, I never went to a park in Las Vegas. I never went much past the highway and the strip. Chris Doug says now you have to eat a Fiddlehead at 5,000. I don't even know what a fiddlehead is. What the hell is a fiddlehead? The Lucky Minute is here. Hey, Lucky Minute. Thanks for coming on in. James Jaramillo is here. Says going to lay back down for a bit. Been one hell of a week. Take care. Until next time, everyone. Well, thanks for stopping by. I do appreciate you coming on in. Wes Webb says, I have a grandfather clock that keeps stopping, I think, about setting it to 420 and just letting it sit there. Squirrel Girl's here. Hey, Squirrel Girl, good to see you. Says, glad I made it to the live to watch Dandelion 4K. I'm sick, so I'll see you later. Congrats. Oh well, yeah. Sad. I'm sad to hear that you're not feeling well. I hope you get better soon. But thanks for coming by. Do appreciate you. Robert Carr, the time thing. Yeah, I screwed up. Robert Cruz, I subscribe. Robert Carr. Thank you, Robert. Thanks for the sub. I think we might be at 4,012 now, on our way to 5,000. Well on our way to 5K. David in Grand Prairie, Texas, rent a bot farm, TJ. Well, I want real. I do want, as real subscribers. The Lucky Minute, I want it Warren G style. I want it all. Susie Jones says, saluting the flag rather than hand over Hardigan. Is that Trump you're talking about? Roxana says, I forgive you, TJ. I didn't see that in Boston, Brian, in BB. But ultimately, it was my fault. I put the wrong time initially. I meant it to be around 15 minutes after Brian would end the show, and I know he does usually 2 hours. I know that 10 plus 2 is 12, but for some reason, I when I did it, I set it at 1:15 instead of at 12:15, and I don't know why. I did that. T. Freeman, I have a fiddlehead story. Could someone please tell me what a fiddlehead is, first of all? Chris Doug says fiddlehead equal fern sprout. Fern, like those office plants, like those green ferns. You can eat those too, please. Please, I'm not eating a fern. Josh says there's a good beer called Fiddlehead. Michael McAndrews, stick your head out the window and yell. Wes Webb, Dirty Donnie don't follow no rules. He makes them. Spoken like a true maggot. Not that you are. I know you're being. I think you're being, like tongue in cheek or whatever. Roger Dodger says, "How long did it take to go from 3,000 to 4,000?" That's a good question. Jolie, do you remember? Probably like a year. Was it like a year, maybe a little over a year, maybe? Something like that. But I had a couple of big jumps. Well, I had one really big jump, and that was when a little over a year ago, just over a year ago, because I think it was in early August of 2024. I believe that's when it was, and that was when Kamala Harris was still pretty new uh, to the campaign, and she was coming to Vegas. I think that might have been like just her second or third stop, maybe on the campaign. And so I did a video from here of the Kamala Harris Tim Walz campaign stop at the Thomas and Mac Arena, and that went viral. I literally got about over 200,000 views in like a few hours, which for me was like whoa. And out of that one video, I think I picked up about 1,200 subscribers. So that was a big jump. And I guess that probably put me over 3,000 or something. I'm not, I guess, maybe. I don't know. But then that probably put me over 3,000 at that point. And then, so now it's been over a year and now we're at 4,000. So it's like 1,000 a year. I don't know. Like I said, I'll be 99 when I'll get to 100,000. How old would I be, really? So to get to 100,000, but I need 96 more thousand. Uh, yeah, would that take 96 years or something? I'll be a spry 150-year-old, 160-year-old, whatever. T. Freeman, unfurled fir leaf. Josh says you were thinking time difference. Well, it did. Um, that did. I don't want to blame Brian. It's my fault, but he still lists everything in Eastern time zone, even though he lives on the West Coast now. So he should just I think he should do like me and just list everything in Pacific time, and then let everyone else adjust accordingly. But he lists, because I was looking at his he posts his little um, his little postings or whatever that says that says what the show his next show is going to be. And so I saw the one that says Sunday with that dude that he had on, and I think he listed it as uh, I think it said on there like 1 p.m. Eastern time. And then so I had to go, okay, so for here, but I knew that would be 10 a.m. So I knew the times. It's still, yeah, it's still like you have all this stuff going on in your head, and then when I made my little schedule, I just put the wrong time in. So David in Grand Prairie, Texas, eat a cycad. I don't think I'm gonna do any more like eating weird shit. I'm not gonna make this into fear factor. I think from now on, I'm just gonna have a little toast with my favorite drink that I'm drinking, and call it a day. Susie Jones says during the national anthem, he was blasted on the Megatron kiss cam. That's when the booze rang out. Dumb. Good. I hope he just gets booed everywhere he goes. I would just love to be in near proximity enough just so he could hear me booing, and I would be cussing him out too. I mean, I would be unleashing all of the Trucker John F bombs that I could. Wes Webb says fiddleheads and fiddlehead greens are the furled prawns from the fledgling fern harvested to for use as a vegetable. Hey, look, guys, I can barely even eat just regular old, green beans and shit, and broccoli, and you guys want me to eat fucking ferns and shit? Um, yeah, the lucky minute. Why does the celebration have to involve consume? Well, I guess the idea though, Lucky, um, to be fair, I mean, I'm the one that kind of issued this as as a challenge, to get people to subscribe, and it's like if you do this, then I'll do this crazy thing, and then somehow I thought eating a dandelion would be crazy or whatever. Um, or that was me not getting too crazy. I'm not like I said, I'm not going to do some fear factor. I'm not going to eat a mouse or something. Okay, I'm not going to eat a rat. Um, so I guess the idea was though, like, if you guys get me to 1,000, I'll do this kind of crazy thing. So I guess it's more than just a celebration. It's sort of like it's like you're issuing a challenge. Maybe I won't issue challenges anymore. I'll just say, because I don't really want to get. I don't want each thing where I have to outdo it. Like I say, the next thing I'll be catching a rat and eating it. I'm not. So yeah, we're not going to go down that road. Maybe we'll just keep it at where we just have a toast or something. I don't know. Roxanne says some people are saying I'm not. I don't even have the game on. I mean, I know the game started. I haven't even put the game on yet. I should though. I should see if I can get the game on here. Let's see here. Oh, I don't know. There's a lot involved with me trying to to switch over from internet to regular TV, and I just can't do it while I'm in here. Um, Paul Burrow's life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. Oh, thank God I'm a country boy. The late great John Denver, poor guy, kind of ended very tragically for him. But Chris Doug says we had multiple ferns planted in the shade behind my mom's house. She ate fiddleheads. I did not. I would rather just eat an unhealthy lifestyle of hamburgers and French fries than eat fucking fiddleheads and shit like that. Unfortunately, I think I do have a lot of things in common with Donald Trump, and one of them is like eating cheeseburgers and shit. I think we have the same diet and the same fitness routine. So it's not looking too good for me either. I mean, when Trump croaks, I might be right behind him. Who knows? Chris Doug says ferns grow in the forest, not the desert. That's true. We do have lots of cacti here. I'm sure there are edible things on these cactus. I know they make jams and jellies out of some of the little things on the cactuses. It looked like it just got dark. We might have some clouds coming in. It has been kind of rainy and kind of a little humid here, sticky, lately. Susie Jones says Roger, him saluting him, talking about Trump, saluting rather than the hand over the heart, like everyone around him. He forgot social norms and clueless until after. He probably doesn't realize if he did, he looks so stupid. He yeah. Trump Trump is a moron. Okay. Yeah, you don't salute. You don't have to salute the flag, and especially him. He's not. He thinks because he's the commander in chief that made him like some military dude or something. He's not a military dude. You're just fucking do it like you're supposed to, like everyone else. Put your hand over the heart. And don't be a fucking moron. Chris Doug says if you don't prune your fern, it flops over and looks unkempt. That's good to know. Roxanne says, I disagree. Keep it Eastern Standard Time. He does say Eastern Standard Time. You're used to converting it. No, I disagree. I think he should. He's in San Diego now, or whatever, or somewhere down there. He's on the West Coast now. He needs to stop acting like he's on the East Coast. Brian, you're not on the East Coast anymore. You're out here on the West Coast. You're not in Boston anymore, Brian. You're not in Boston. I'm just kidding around. It was my fault. Roger Dodger, I think talking about Trump, knows no social norms, so all is business as usual. Josh says, I found TJ from chats or links, watching other channels, found all the good people here. Thanks, Josh. I'm glad you found us. Always good to see you in the chat, in the lounge, driver's lounge. T. Freeman says, as a veteran, I can't stand seeing Trump salute the flag. Yeah. Chris Doug, eat a pupusa at 5,000. I think I've eaten pupusa. That didn't sound right. And it made me sick. I don't think I like pupusas. That didn't sound right either. West Webb, eat a French fried grasshopper. Robert Carr, just eat rhubarb stems. Jonathan Earl says, wait, you can barely eat broccoli or green beans. What do you survive on? What? So are you surviving on broccoli and green beans? Is that what you're telling me? I survive on meat. I eat meat. Bob, TJ, broaden your gastric horizons. You saw my little tiny kitchen. I can barely. I have hardly any counter space. Broccoli or vegetables and shit. That takes all kinds of prep work. I don't have the prep station. I need a proper prep station. Are you guys kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? You don't expect me to not have a proper prep station, do you? Roger Dodger, I know they have commentators on both coasts, but are the brothers on the East Coast? Oh, I'm mid thread because I don't know what that's about. I have no idea what that was about. Chris Doug coming in with the scores: Lions, Packers, Detroit 0, Green Bay 7. I don't like either of those teams. I hope they end in a tie. David Windler at 5,000. You eat a goldfish. Yeah, I could eat the goldfish. That would be my pet. Deb was saying I can get a goldfish, and then I could eat it at 5,000. T. Freeman agrees. I think it might have been about what I was saying about Trump, maybe, but earlier. West Webb, don't think of frog legs as being French so much as being from River County. I would do that. I would maybe eat a frog leg at 5,000. We could consider that. I don't think I've ever had frog. I'm trying to remember if I had frog or not. I don't think I have. I don't think I've ever had frog legs. And there's got to be some place around here that sells frog legs. That's something that we could put put a pin in that one? Put a pin in that one? I might do that. Eat a frog leg at 5,000. And it's not going to be I'm not going to go to some swamp. It'll be at some store or maybe a restaurant or something. Michael McAndrews says it will be Nice when they come out with 77809 meat, 44 to eat. I'm not sure what that is. Is that supposed to be like some sort of like lab grown meat or something? Mr. Spock, maybe eat a whole Trump steak. Yeah, with the puke emojis. Chris Doug says nopales are edible cactus. I've never even heard of them, of a nopales. And I've lived in the desert my whole life. Roger Dodger, I would rather eat dandelions and goldfish than broccoli or kale. I actually like broccoli. I'm not into kale. I don't like kale, but I actually don't hate broccoli. Wes Webb says, Robert Carr, I guess my taste bud don't work that well. You could have told me it was alligator. Just tasted like fried chicken, maybe a little slimier. Chris Tuck says, no more fern talk. Nick Rich. Hey, Nick Rich is here, like number 45. This afternoon, folks. Just got home from family day, 143 in Vegas. I'm 7 minutes behind. I have been kind of skipping down a little bit in the chats because I do think I got to get going here. Actually, I'm going to go to work today. Maybe watch a little bit of the game. Maybe crack open a Modelo. You know, watch some football. Maybe go to work tonight. But you know what's going to happen is I'll be two Modelo's in, and I'm like, I can't go to work tonight. I gotta stay in now. You know. Robert Carr, she wants dandelion stuffed chicken Kiev. Chicken Kiev. Nick Rich, did John find a dandelion? Yeah, Nick, you're gonna have to like rewind. We already did the whole dandelion thing. Um, but you can rewind it or watch it on the replay. Jonathan Earl says, pretty much, yeah, broccoli. Well, I mean, whatever is in the Costco mixed vegetables is pretty much what I survived on. One bag lasts a month, like $5.50. Um, Now I like steamed broccoli, and I don't have with me in my storage in Lancaster. I have a nice little pot, boiling pot, that has the little thing that fits in it where it kind of, like, so you can have water boiling up and it'll steam it. It has the little with the holes in it. And you can put the broccoli on it, and it steams it perfectly. That stuff in my storage has been in storage for like 10 years, and I have not cooked broccoli in 10 years. I don't think, because that's the way I like it. I like to steam it. And when I eat green beans, I like French cut green beans. So I do eat some greens. Like I have eaten green beans um, within the last few months. I think I've eaten broccoli within the last 10 years, probably at a restaurant or something. But as far as preparing them myself, I don't think I've prepared broccoli in 10 years. But I have cooked up some green beans, but I get the French cut. Mr. Spock says frog legs taste like rubber chickens. As long as it's not a rubber ducky. Rubber ducky. Chris Doug says escargot. Now that's a challenge. Oh boy. That is a challenge. I don't know if I could do that. I guess we could put a pin in that. I don't know. Why does it have to be that? Why? Why? Why can't I just? I don't know. Why can't I just? But okay. I mean, I don't know. We'll think about that one. Escargot. Ugh. It just sounds so gross, but people eat that. I think. Do people actually like escargot? I mean, I know a lot of people eat it, but do they just eat it because they think, "Oh, this is cool. This is exotic." It's kind of like caviar. Oh, this is something really expensive. So I'm going to eat it because it's cool, like rich people do. It's a rich people thing. The escargot, is that the kind of same mentality, or is it actually good? I can't imagine it being good. I just can't imagine it being good. Roxanne says, "Okay, let's go frog legs." Okay, I'm not committing to that. I'm just saying I'm kind of putting a pin in that, and that's something that we might consider. Once we start getting up to 4,800 or 4,900 or something, then we can really, I guess, think about it. I don't know. Although I guess the idea of the challenge is to do it earlier to motivate people to help promote the show or share the show or do whatever we need to do. I don't know. I'm not sure if that even works. I think it's just YouTube and their algorithm. Or if I was a really hot chick and I did the show in a bikini, I would probably get 1 million views and subscribers or whatever. But I'm not a really hot chick, and I don't look good in a bikini in any case. Um, that's uh, sad to say it, folks, but that's how it works. There's so many. Have you guys seen? There's so many uh, channels that get tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of views, and all it is chicks posting pictures and videos of them in bikinis. And I'm a sucker for it. I look and I give it a thumbs up. So then, of course, my for you page or whatever gets all that stuff. So, but that's the stuff that will get you thumbs ups and subs and likes and everything else. And I just I'm not a hot chick. I'm not a hot young chick in a bikini. If I was, I would probably have a few 100,000 subscribers, maybe. I don't know. That sex sells, man. Sex and sex appeal. I don't have any sex appeal, I guess. West Webb says, laughing out loud, dog. I told you that I was coming down soon, maybe Halloween or Thanksgiving. Is West Webb going to go visit Damon Dog, the big dog? That would be cool. That'd be cool. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. Nick Rich, I've got some nice pot too. Lucky Minute, I like my cheese with broccoli. Well, I do like to put the cheese on the broccoli, but I don't need to do that. If I have a nice steamed broccoli, I do have to put. Well, I don't have to, but I do put butter on it, and I do put salt and pepper on it, and it does make it more delicious. But actually, just eating broccoli, I'll even eat raw broccoli, and I'm fine with that. And the cauliflower, I'll eat raw cauliflower. Like if you get it in a salad or something, I have no problem with that. And the raw broccoli, I don't know why people hate broccoli so much. Of all things, broccoli really is one of the things that so many people hate, and I don't really understand it because as vegetables go, I think there's a lot worse ones. I don't like spinach. Not the like the last 20 years or so. It seems like the just kind of the raw leafy spinach that to me looks like some sort of it's like it goes into a salad. That's fine. But the kind of like the Popeye spinach, the stuff that my mom used to try to make me eat when I was a kid, and would tell me, "Hey, Popeye eats it, and he makes them big and strong. You'll be big and strong like Popeye." That shit that came out of the can, that gross, dis- disgusting green. I guess it was boiled or whatever spinach that she would try to get me to eat, like just on the plate. Like if there was some spinach in the lasagna, that's fine. If it's cooked and it's in the you put that in some lasagna, that's fine. But she would glop on like a big glopping of of spinach, literally like the Popeye. That's like what Popeye would eat, and that I've always found that to be disgusting and gross and way worse than broccoli. I mean, broccoli is like eating a chocolate cake compared to that spinach. So I don't know why. I think I think spinach should be the one that everyone says that they hate instead of broccoli. I think broccoli is getting a really bum rap compared to spinach, which is gross. Like I said, the leafy raw stuff that you eat in salads, I don't mind that at all. Or that you get on because I guess even like Subway sandwich, you could get spinach, and that to me that's almost just like eating lettuce. But that gloppy, gloopy canned uh, spinach, that's disgusting. And that I don't know why that doesn't. But it seems like everyone says they hate broccoli. Almost everyone says they hate broccoli, but I don't. I'm one of the few people that say I like broccoli. And so I don't get it. I don't really get it why everyone hates broccoli, but they don't hate spinach. I used to hate peas a lot. As I've gotten older, for some reason, peas don't bother me so much. Again, drown them in butter and salt, and I'll eat it. But I'll even take peas over spinach. Um, Damon Dog says I ate live goldfish in a contest at the club once. They did not mix well with Goldschlager. I don't know what Goldschlager is. You do not want to know. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I want to know. I don't think I want to know. You know what? I probably can't go too long because I was way my state of battery on my phone was nowhere near 100%. Um, it was only like 65% when I started. So I got to remember, we don't have the luxury of time on our side here with this battery, and I can't see the state of charge when I'm doing the live stream. But so I probably shouldn't go too much longer. We have about an hour and a half, um, so I'm not sure how much time we have left. The Lucky Minute says the top YouTubers are all men. Um, yeah, yeah, I know, but there's the whole thing. Like a lot of them. Who are the top YouTubers? I know Brian Tyler, God damn it, Brian Tyler Cohen. Brian, for one thing, just make your name easier. Can we just call you Brian Cohen? Anyhow, yeah, he's got a lot. Maybe I don't know if all the dark money propped him up. Then you have like the Midas Touch. They're at over 5 million subscribers and going for 6 million. And those are all dudes. But I guess that's a whole different thing. Kind of political. There's the political aspect of it, and also I'm not really saying that those hot girls in the bikinis are necessarily the top in terms of the how many millions, but I'm just saying that they do get a lot of uh, likes and subscriptions just just for their hotness, and I think that's worth something. I think I'm not bemoaning. I'm not nothing against them. I'm just saying that if I was a hot chick in a bikini doing this show, I would probably have I probably would be at 100,000 subscribers. That's all I meant. I did, but I yeah, I didn't mean that they would be automatically at 6 million subscribers or something. You know, I'm just saying they would be way more than whatever I have right now. But so I got to make up for the lack of sex appeal. I have to make up for it in just wit and charm. I'm in trouble. T. Freeman loves broccoli. Roxanne loves broccoli. Broccoli lovers unite. Here we are. We've come together. This is where broccoli lovers can come, and this is like a safe space for broccoli lovers. Okay? Roxanne, I hate spinach. See there, Roxanne? We have a lot in common. Michael McAndrews, I like a little steamed broccoli with my salt and butter. Yeah. Hey, I'll eat the broccoli even without that. You know, I'm just saying the butter and the salt. It certainly does enhance. Um, but there are some things where I have to drown the shit in stuff. Um, Chris Doug says gringos say sensimilla. Josh says raw broccoli and some veggie dip is good. Yeah, there you go. See there. We're coming together, man. We're coming together. Nick Rich says Popeye spinach didn't come in a can when I was a kid. It came in a bag. I think we had the bag stuff. I think we had the canned stuff. I think, but whatever it was pretty gross. Damon Dog, I like fried green beans. I learned how to cook a lot of stuff by getting home chef meals. I need to go back to those. They were good. I was thinking about. I did try a couple times last year. The those food things that they ship to your house, and it was from Factor or something. I didn't really like it though. I think I have to try another one. But it is kind of nice. But you know what? I think what I like best is just having home delivery from Albertsons. Aaron West loves broccoli. There you go. Broccoli lovers, you unite. Marcia says Brussels sprouts were Martian heads when I was a kid. I've never liked Brussels sprouts. I'll take broccoli over Brussels sprouts any day of the week. Now I know sometimes the Brussels sprouts, that's another thing that if you just, you know, lather them up in butter, then they're edible. Belfast Bob, I love all greens except Brussels sprouts. Nick Rich 201, yeah, I'm 5 behind. I'm gonna go ahead. I want to end this before the battery dies. Like I said, we started off at 65% battery. David Greberry, Texas says TJ can find a bikini to fit him. I'm sure. Yeah, I should do the show in a bikini. That probably would get a lot of views just because of the ridiculousness of it. Like a bikini top. I'm probably at least a good C cup. Anyhow. So just the ridiculous of it. That's another way you can get views. I guess just by being totally ridiculous and getting the subs. I want the subs, baby. Marshall says used to eat broccoli and cauliflower raw with dip along with carrots and green onions. Too expensive now. Yeah, now all that shit's gonna keep going up in price. Nick Rich says fiddleheads are great when camping. Used to enjoy those. See, this is the first time I'm ever hearing of these fiddleheads. So you guys are teaching me new stuff. Every day you guys teach me something new. I never heard of a fiddlehead before. Damon Dog, I like broccoli. Yeah, so broccoli lovers, this is our safe space. Chris Doug, I want my Mapo. I don't even know what that is. Josh says, Bob, cut them in half and toss in oil with salt, pepper, garlic. Put in oven at 400 degrees on a baking sheet. Roger Dodger says, John is upset people hate broccoli. If it makes you happier, spinach also sucks. The thing about the broccoli, it just bugged me when it seemed like everybody said they hate broccoli, and for a while there. Now I realize there's a lot of broccoli lovers in the chat here, but it just seemed like, just growing up or going through life, like there was just this thing about people made it like it was automatic that broccoli was horrible or something, and I don't know. I just thought it was weird how everybody said they hate broccoli. Like it's weird if like I'm weird if I like it. I'm a weirdo because I like it. That's how I felt, because so many people said they hate broccoli, and I was just like, there's so many other things that you can hate that are so worse than broccoli. I don't understand all this hate for broccoli, and why am I like the outcast? So broccoli lovers unite here on the Trucker John live stream. David Dog, I don't eat rhubarb. Yeah, I don't like rhubarb. Chris Doug says broccoli is brain food, a hybrid made by the same family that produced the early James Bond films. Okay. Roxanne, I hate Brussels sprouts too. Brussels sprouts. Did I say Brussels sprouts? Brussels sprouts. Like I said, if you really just kind of drown those in butter, then maybe they're edible. West Webb, I didn't like asparagus until I had it cooked right. Yeah, like asparagus, I've had it where, yeah, again, it's cooked right and it's sort of drowned in like butter, and it's palatable. Belfast Bob, I like apples. Hate apple tart. Same as rhubarb. Nice raw, but not tart. Damon Dog says, I've done Green Chef, Factor, and Home Chef. Home Chef is the best. Freshest meat and veggies, complete ingredients, meals, easy to cook, comes with color recipe card. So that was Home Chef. I'll keep that in mind. I wonder if they're owned by the same companies. I'm kind of finding a lot of these are just owned by the same companies. But maybe I'll look into Home Chef. Maybe I will get a little bit healthier eating, so I don't follow Donald Trump to the grave. Although, like Joni Ernst said, everybody dies. Good old Joni. Nick Rich says, my brother gave me a crock pot a few years ago. All my recipes turned out terrible. Any suggestions for decent recipes? Anything but chicken wings, please. Oh, I'm not, I'm not really a cook or whatever, but I've had like my baby mama ex has cooked a bunch of stuff in the crock pot. It's come out really, really good. And I think my other ex, my first ex, does a lot of crock pot stuff, and it comes out really good. West Webb, pulled pork. I guess you could make the pulled pork in the crock pot. Belfast Bob, artichokes are windy side effects. Artichokes. I've had artichokes. Robert Carr says, yeah, that's what Melania does on his birthday. It is in her contract, West Webb. Oh. Pulled pork, maybe? Damon Dog says, I cook a small roast in the crock pot for 5 hours on high, add a pack of powdered gravy mix, serve over rice. Doesn't get any easier. It sounds delicious. You guys are making me hungry now. Yeah, T. Freeman says, now I'm hungry. Yeah, me too. David Dog says, I think Oprah owns part of Home Chef. Not for sure, though. Marcia says pork chops are excellent in the crock pot, a small crock pot. No soup, gravy mix, beef too expensive now, stew was great. Nick Rich says, do most of Trucker John's subscribers cook for themselves or buy their meals online or in a restaurant? I haven't visited a takeout or sit-in joint since before COVID. Gino Maynard's here. Gino says, best broccoli, Lieutenant J.G. Reginald Barclay of the Starship Enterprise. But that's not broccoli. That's Barclay. That's not even the same thing. It's not the same thing. I sound like Jake Bro now all of a sudden. You guys know who Jake Bro is? Why am I sounding like Jake Bro right now? I like Jake Bro. He's good. You guys should check him out. Chris Doug says, Gina Maynard scores Star Trek reference. Wes Webb, I have one of those too, Jen. Haven't used it in a long time. Use mostly a George Foreman, a quick pot, and an air fryer. Michael McAndrews says sandwiches and cereal do get ate around here. Yeah, I do a lot of cereal and sandwiches. You know, this is easy peasy. T. Freeman says I haven't had a restaurant meal in more than a year, and takeout isn't a thing when you live in the woods. Well, since I haven't had a car, I have been getting a lot of delivery stuff, even takeout. Like the other day, I told you about that sandwich I got. It turned out to be basically Denny's, but it was very good. It was like this tri-tip melted sandwich, which now I think I'm going to order another one because I'm getting hungry. David Dog says Jake Bro is awesome. Yeah, he has really good in-depth reporting on a lot of the Ukraine war and everything. T. Freeman, I love Jake Bro. Was I sounding like? I don't know if I could repeat that. My voice just started sounding like Jake Bro. I don't think I could even replicate that. It's like what did you say? Like, good evening, defenders, or something like that. Marcia says slow cooker, crock pot, all I got. Air fryers out of my budget, and have you seen the prices of Goodwill? I was gonna get an air fryer at my last apartment, not the last one, but the one before the last. I would have had room for an air fryer, but I needed to buy like a little. I wanted to buy like a little shelf, like a rack that would fit over my microwave, and then I was going to put the air fryer on top of that. But then we all know things went sideways over there, and now where I'm at, there's no room. I have no counter space. My microwave and my coffee machine and my little toaster pretty much take up the whole counter over there. And so that's the one thing that sucks about having this small of a place is there's no counter space. So anyhow, and I don't want to put the air fryer in the living room. That just some people don't give a shit about that kind of shit, but I don't want cooking things in my living room. I'm not going to cook, in my living room or my bathroom. I'm going to cook in the kitchen. Nick Rich says TJ caught up, talk food, and the time flies. Well, I have been skipping down a lot. I've been skipping down. Chris Doug says I love my air fryer. It's a wing making factory. And I was talking to a guy in the store one time, like just shopping, and I was going to get these, TGIF. I guess Fridays. I guess their stores went out of business, the restaurants. But I think it was TGIF. I don't know, whatever it was. But in the store, they were selling, like frozen bags of like French fries and curly fries, and I think it was Fridays, and maybe it was some other company, but it was some sort of a restaurant brand. And I was going to get them, but I didn't have the air fryer, and I was looking at the package, like, how do you make it? And it on there it had, you could make it I guess you could fry them in a pan, or you could air fry them. And then this guy came up to me, and because he was going to buy the same thing, and he goes, yeah, these are great in the air fryer. You gotta do it in the air fryer. So then I ended up putting back because I didn't have an air fryer. Um, and now I really want to get an air fryer just so I can see if those, I guess it was curly fries or something, if they really come out really good in the air fryer. Marcia says no counter space here either, Trucker John. Yeah, doesn't that suck? I just need a place I don't need a mansion. I don't need, you know, I don't need a 20,000 square foot place or whatever, but just something a little bit bigger, just a little bit bigger with a better kitchen is really all I need in a bedroom. David Dog says, "Who hung that mirror in your bathroom, TJ?" You saw that video, yeah. I don't know. It's pretty stupid placement of that. It's not just the mirror; it's the medicine cabinet, so it's built into the wall. But they could have moved it out away from the wall a little bit. All right, guys, I'm going to call an end to the show. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for celebrating, helping, joining me in the celebration of getting to 4,000 subscribers. I could not have done this without you, and that is a fact. That's the facts, Jack. Thanks for all the, we got a bunch of super chats today. I didn't even put that up as a goal. So just thanks for Michael McAndrews did 3 of them. Thank you so much. Yippee to Michael. 3 $10 ones. That was awesome. So there's that. Thank you for that. Shoot, now I lost my chat. Let's see here. And thanks for coming in. I know I kind of messed up on the time, and a lot of people missed the time and missed it, but you can watch the replay on the eating of the dandelion. We finally did it. We finally got to 4,000. Let's get the 5,000 subscribers. We'll figure out what to do. Might be eating a frog leg, maybe. I don't know, but that's not set in stone. Big Hook, did he eat the dandelion? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And he is me. Thanks, Big Hook, for being here. Today is Sunday, so yeah, we'll be back on tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific time, right after Hal Sparks. So for all you sparklers, when you're in there, you can just jump right over to my show right after Hal, when Hal's done. Maybe tell everyone else in there to join you. Tell all the sparklers in there, hey, I'm going to go to Trucker John and meet me over at Trucker John's, and we can continue our conversation over there or whatever. All right, guys. So I guess that's it. Again, thank you for the 4,000 subscribers. Let's get to 5,000, and let's resist Donald Trump. Resist. All right, guys. That's it. No words of wisdom today. I'm all out of words of wisdom. But I will say this.
No, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes. Might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes. But if we did, I'd be only too glad. So I style of Easter, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving So I hope to see y'all again right here on the Trucker John Livestream. We're gonna do it again and again, right here in the Trucker John Livestream. Yeah, the Trucker John Livestream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream. This is where we win, right here on the Trucker John Livestream. No, this time to say goodbye. The show is coming in. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again.
Rolling down the highway in my rusty old rig. I'm a retired trucker, but my spirit's still big. Living in Vegas, where the lights never sleep. Broadcasting my thoughts for the world to keep. From politics to pop culture, I've got it all. Sharing my views, no matter how big or small. Talking about food, the movies and bugs, shining a light on all the social issues. No shows, I've driven through the desert, seen the city so bright. But now I'm living in a different kind of fight. From my apartment in Las Vegas, I hold the key, exploring the world through my live stream for free. My apartment in Las Vegas, I hold the key, exploring the world through my live stream for free. So you want to take a trip down Paradise Road, but it ain't that pretty, it ain't paved with gold. Everybody's got the dirty little secrets, everybody's got some things unknown. But if you ain't real careful, baby, it'll cut you down to the bone. Under all those bright lights, you've gotta learn to ignore the glitter. It's all about fight or flight, and you don't wanna do either. So go on down to Paradise Road, it'll make you wish that you were young. But all it'll do is make you feel old and regret trading in your love for lust. It's all just a big charade, it's all just one big game, and it ain't about love. It's all about the thrills, it's about staying in the hunt, it's about going in for the kill. So head on down to Paradise Road, that's where your friends are now. They're the people that nobody knows, so go ahead and make your big show. So live it up on Paradise Road, just don't let anyone know. It'll be your dirty little secret, it'll be your guilty little pleasure. Living a secret that the whole world sees, hiding in plain sight among the scum and the thieves. It's so damn hard to ever be pleased. Everyone wants to live the good life, everybody wants a piece of paradise. But where would you run? Where would you hide? What would you do to buy a little more time? Grandiose dreams of happily ever after are really just another day's end. And when the sun goes down, you just lay there wondering, can you really do it all again? You're praying for one last shot, you're hoping for one last big win. Paradise Road is calling, so you better hurry along. Paradise Road is calling, so you better hurry along.
Show's over. I'm